I feel like it helps your creative. Figured I'd pop on, let you know what was going on over here. If you were wondering, I see my baby. He's all fixed up again. We got Mr. New Haven rolling tonight. We're doing some vlogging. But I got a new bumper. Shout out Anthony's Auto Body in Milford. Hooked me up here. Looks brand new. Alright guys, check us out on all platforms. And go get that merch. Go get that merch. Ah, it said March. There you go. Link is in the comments. Later.
In this episode, I interview Kevin Morse, creator and owner of On-Scene Media, New Haven County.
Link is in the comments. Later.
You did a live?
Whacked myself right in the head as I came in.
That's recorded.
Yeah, it was tilted.
You were live, bro?
Briefly. I was. Well, we caught it. A little, doesn't look too major. I think the other car fled though.
And then just hit pain received on your message.
I think the other car took off.
I haven't did a Mr. New Haven interview in a long time, man.
All right, man, we'll fire off. You're shooting blanks right now.
Nah, there's a lot of editing, so I'll give you the rundown.
Hit me. Want to go ride through Fairhaven?
So,
Come on.
So it's about you. You know how Seinfeld was like the show about nothing?
Huh?
You never heard about that? Seinfeld
You know,
was
I
the
never
show
really
about
got
nothing.
into Seinfeld. I would watch
They
it
were
a couple
famous
times.
for being about nothing.
I know who they are. Okay, that makes more sense.
So this is about you. This is about you.
Well,
People
no, we
want to
got
know.
this is a whole crew
people
of
see, people see the camera. They see you focusing on police and ambulance and fire departments.
Yeah.
And they want to know about you. Like, what made you start On-Scene Media, New Haven County?
Yeah. So
That's what they really want to know. They want to know the story behind the story. That's what I'm here for.
Which I
This is a
told
Mr. New Haven interview, my friend. This is the Mr. New Haven is real. They want the real Kevin from On-Scene Media, New Haven County.
All right, so check it out, right? I'm gonna give it to you raw and real.
This is what they
right
want,
now.
my
How's
friend.
hair?
Go for it.
All right, so you know we're like the second week maybe into lockdown through COVID, and my older brother, he's a big hunting, fishing survivalist. You know, gun guy. He's always prepared.
Where are we going?
Through Fairhaven.
Fairhaven. All right, let's go.
We're heading down Forbes Ave here. But anyways, so he calls me every day. You know, we talk every day, me and my older brother. Shout out Doug. So he calls me one day, and I'm literally doing an adult coloring book. You know what those are?
I do know what they are.
We got like crazy designs.
I
Whatever.
like them with
It's
the
just a
color
little bit
pencils
hard.
better because you can get
Okay.
into a little more finer detail.
I like
nice little
markers
point.
because I can outline and I don't know. Feeds
All right.
my
No.
ADD, I guess.
All right. Paint me a portrait.
Listen,
What are we coloring, man? What are we coloring?
Oh, I don't know, just anything. Designs. It was like a book I got on Amazon.
Okay.
So he calls me one day and he's like, oh, you know, we're going back and forth about the looting and the protesting, all this stuff that's going on. And he's telling me,
2020.
dude, 2020, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
And he's like, dude, you got to get a ham radio, one of these, for emergency purposes. In case, you know, the grid goes down and you can't get in touch with first responders.
Oh, nice.
You can use this little radio, you can hear the weather and, you know, all that happy stuff. So anyways, I'm like, well, how much is this thing? He's like, it's $20 on Amazon. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll buy it. There's nothing else going on. So I dropped to 25 or whatever it was. Thing shows up in a couple days. Roll my window up here. And this is when I realized that this thing doubles as a police scanner, basically. And growing up, my father always had a digital scanner in the house. And we would respond to things as a family. Whatever, like, I don't know, something to do. I guess my dad was into it. So that whole thing of like hearing and responding has been ingrained in me. I'm always going, fire truck went by, I'm going to check it out. So now with the radios, Milford Police, where I was living at the time, their police department radio is blocked to the public. So you
In
cannot.
Milford?
Yeah, it's encrypted, so you can't hear it no matter what you do. So I started going through the different towns, and New Haven was coming in crystal clear. The next town over, West Haven, that's encrypted and blocked, so you can't hear that either. So New Haven came in crystal clear. I was able to hear it from my house, and I just started listening at nighttime. In bed, I'd have the radio on for an hour or something. So I started hearing stuff, and one day I hear, pretty sure it was like a Wednesday morning at like 1 o'clock in the morning, in the winter time.
A Wednesday, 1 a.m. winter time.
Yeah, a 19-year-old female was shot. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'll check it out on the news in the morning. And it wasn't on the news. So I'm like, well, how could that be? The news has a HQ right downtown New Haven.
A 19-year-old female was shot and wasn't on the news.
Wasn't on the news. So, damn, that's bizarre. So, but that had nothing to do with on-scene media. Radio's non-stop tonight. So anyways, and a couple days go by, I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to get really stir crazy. I'm going out there. I'm going to go out there and just see what's up. I know that I can respond to things. I know I can record anything pretty much from a public stance. So that's what I'm going to go do. And at the time, I didn't know the police code, so I didn't know what I was responding to. I just was going to every address they put out.
What were you thinking?
Just something to do. I wasn't thinking anything.
You were bored? You were feeling bored?
I don't like bored. That's a weird word. I feel like adults shouldn't be able to use that word because there's plenty of stuff that we could be doing. I hear an adult say that they're bored, and it makes me fucking want to puke.
So what made you, instead of picking up model airplanes or picking up some other random hobby, what made you pick up a camera and follow a police?
So, well, what I've kind of come up with, my synopsis of this is basically because of my job, my company before that, doing substance abuse interventions all over the country, sometimes at a moment's notice, get a call Monday, hopping on a plane Tuesday morning, and going to, meet this new family, strangers ultimately, and then I'm going to go and try to convince their loved one to go get help. So a lot of hostile environments, a lot of quick thinking on your toes, and it's a lot. So since I've been doing that for so long, Tom, what I've noticed is a lot of the things that used to get me going or excite me or motivate me, they don't. I've flown all over this country. I've seen a lot of beautiful things. So I think I'm always a frontline guy. I always want to be on the front lines with the disease of addiction. I want to deal with the people that are infected with
These
this
are
disease.
not the beautiful things.
Correct. So for some reason, no matter what I get involved in, ever since I got out of jail in 2009, no matter what I get involved in, volunteering or whatever, I'm always taking it as far as it'll go, and then sometimes beyond the boundaries. But when it comes to drugs and addiction and that whole thing, I've battled the disease on many different levels. I did a documentary that's been seen all over the world, and it's still shown in treatment centers all over the world. It's called Addicted, America's Opioid Crisis.
On
just
YouTube?
Google it. It's on YouTube, but they kind of buried it because it got over a million
So how do you
hits.
find it?
Just Google Addicted, America's Opioid Crisis. And in this film, I really put it all out there, and with the intention of taking a big stab at Big Pharma for the mess that they've created with OxyContin.
What do you mean putting it all out there?
Well, my life, my history to the world,
You got
my
personal?
darkness, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
My children were in the film.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to pause it here while we go take a look at a clip from that documentary, courtesy of the BBC.
And that was one of the harshest memories that I have of the things I used to do with my own son in the car and the danger that I would put them in almost every day of the week for almost 2 years. That's where that one pill can take you, essentially.
Okay, now I couldn't show you everything from the video. I had to keep it short and sweet. But it was very moving and powerful. I found it to be a real tearjerker. I highly recommend you go check that video out. And now, back to my interview.
So I've attacked the disease on the pharmaceutical level. I believe that film and other advocacy has helped, with that huge settlement that the government got or whoever got for the opioid crisis that the Sackler family has created. So yeah, man, I just feel like I don't know. The simple stuff doesn't do it for me. So I like to be front lines. I like to be out there helping people. For the last decade, I don't even advertise, and my phone just rings daily for all types of different things. So I love waking up in the day, not knowing what I'm gonna do, and I just, start opening my phone and going where the phone takes me.
Speaking of the phone.
Live
action. Don't worry about that.
I'll have to call them back. We're getting really grainy now, Tommy. We need some light in here.
Let's get some light in here.
So we are in the hill. We never actually
Howard
made it.
Avenue?
We never went through Fairhaven, did we?
So all right. So let's talk about, this is Mr. New Haven. I always gotta ask one New Haven question. Do you know about, you ever do those ink blot tests where somebody will show you like a picture of scattered blobs, like black blobs, and it'll be like, oh, that's a butterfly.
Yeah.
So when you hear the word New Haven, what do you think of when you hear the word New Haven?
Well, growing up, and because I was always on the edgier side of things, selling drugs and doing drugs and just kind of living dirty, I always heard of and knew New Haven as Pistol Waving New Haven.
Pistol Waving New Haven.
But when I came out here, that didn't really, that didn't strike any emotional chords or really anything with me until I started covering these scenes and meeting the people and the family and the victims.
You weren't in the hood, now you're in the hood.
Yeah.
Now it's Pistol Waving New Haven.
I feel like, we have a duty out here. There's been thousands of people that have called upon us to help them with all types of different things. So it makes sense. Some people don't like it, but most people do. And we're just going to keep pushing,
Do you see yourself as a hero?
No.
You're not doing superhero things?
I don't think so. No. I think the police are doing heroic things. I think the AMR and the fire department, they do heroic things. Their job is to respond first and actually deal with these people, patients and victims. I'm just covering from the outside. Again, when you start talking to the victims' families and stuff, it changes things dramatically. And I have a lot of respect for the streets out here today, much more than I did. I was almost shot in Fairhaven. I've seen this girl shot and bleeding and leaking all over the place. These little events change you.
So how would you say it changed?
The other thing is, it changed me to not be on fantasy land living. I feel like part of my, the way I used to kind of live, not really being aware of everything and different things. I felt like I was more vulnerable back then. And I feel more educated, and I'm still learning tremendously. That's another thing I love about this, is I'm learning stuff every day. The other thing is too, this was such a challenge. Like, dude, when I first started doing this, the whole racial thing, and I still get people coming at me about the racial nonsense.
Like what? Not being more diverse?
No, like, I'm white. I'm not allowed to be out here in New Haven because I'm white and I'm not from New Haven. That's been ridiculous. But I've had to go through a lot of hurdles and trials and you know, be exposed on social media in other different ways, going through different things with all that. But I just know that we belong out here now. It's not really a question anymore.
No question about it, man.
It's super obvious to me that we've found a line to walk. We found a lane to coast in.
What do you like about New Haven? What's your favorites?
There's always something going on.
The city life?
There's always people. Yeah. I'll tell you though, being out here during COVID, during lockdown, it was weird.
I was out here during lockdown delivering.
It was weird too, because I was never really out in New Haven. I bought crack a couple times in the jungle years ago, but other than that, I was always down in Bridgeport. So I didn't know New Haven. That was the other crazy thing too. I mean, I would hit speed bumps out here, you know, 25, 35 miles an hour. You know, just destroying my vehicle. Want to go park somewhere?
Whatever, man. Whatever you want to do.
On my spot. Well, we haven't really been listening to it.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I don't know if I forgot to say. This is Mr. New Haven. This is the Mr. New Haven show. I'm interviewing Kevin from On Scene Media, New Haven County. It's been a while since we did one. What's up?
We are outside.
We're definitely outside, man. Hit that button. We'll be right back. The Mr. New Haven show is brought to you by... Shout out to this guy right here. Irv Pinsky. That's one smooth dude right there. If you run into Irv Pinsky, ask him about that quail feather in his hat. Walk this way, Irv. A lot of editing is done, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what did I say, Kev?
Well,
This stuff doesn't bother you, man?
Well, no, of course it bothers me. It's just, you know, so many late night phone calls with people that are suicidal. I can't tell you how many, you know, bodies I've seen on scenes laying in the roadway or, you know, off to the side for hours. You know, it's definitely changed me and hardened me for sure. And I feel that in many ways I've kind of become desensitized to a lot of it, unfortunately. You know?
Do you have nightmares?
No, actually, to be honest with you, I used to dream peacefully most of my life, most of my recovery. And about a year into this, I stopped dreaming. I don't dream anymore. If I do have a dream, it's because I've been like offline for a couple days and super relaxed, which I kind of hate because I love to dream. I feel like it helps your creative and also your motivation. So it's been hard not dreaming for the last couple of years. It's been pretty weird, actually.
Not dreaming?
Yeah.
What did you dream about? Do you remember?
Whoa, Charlie. Gonna honk our new horn. what's his face there? Reckless. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
I hear him.
He's doing a wheelie. He was doing a wheelie. He saw the car. But yeah, Tommy, it's tough, man. In the beginning, it was like, I just was responding to scenes. It didn't never really hit me until you start talking to victims' family members, and parents, and siblings, and then seeing how hard the police work, night in and night out, and thinking about what it's like for them after a shift or after a double shift. So that's what keeps me going, because there's people that obviously arrive to scenes. We're the second responders out here for the most part. Sometimes we get there before first responders, but they're responding before the sheet gets put over the body. They're seeing these images. And they have no clue what they're rolling up on either. Unfortunately, they get a quick location and a signal based on the call, and it could be anything. Somebody could be burning in a vehicle, or stuck, wedged.
So
I've just seen a lot of sadness, and it's changed me for sure.
Did I miss a decision, like on scene media? You guys decided not to show like bodies?
Yeah, so we used to kind of show everything, and really it just was because I knew that we could, I guess. And again, not thinking about the people involved, and just going off of what everybody else does and what you see on TV and other social media platforms. But like I said, when you start talking to the families and showing up to these vigils and trying to help in some cases, it changes things.
Sort of growing, maturing.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Where are we trying to go still? If we're still trying to go Woodward Avenue, we got off course a little bit.
You're right, we did. It's okay, because I'm gonna get on the highway.
351
beat the horn for them.
I hope you guys can hear
It's
it.
just for October.
So that just clicks on, even if it's
What, the horn?
the
No, I had to.
the case and the holder. How does that work?
My phone?
Because I don't
Oh,
have
it's
a
magnetic. The back of your phone is metal.
Oh, I didn't know that, man.
So,
But it doesn't work through the case.
no, it's not that strong.
Oh.
It's not a
Cause
magnet.
Coming with
Magnet.
1033 351 Wheelie Ave.
It's just a magnetic. It's a flux capacitor.
Just be advised, while company called in a mechanical on for that same address.
You are a drive safe traffic guy, so you probably
452. We'll be out.
I'm the traffic guy.
seatbelt on.
Should have your
452.
seatbelt on, man. You should be driving safe, man.
I am now.
You can just go back, I think, of it.
Want me to clip it and we can...
That's
5
what
minutes.
it
It's free, I'll put
It's
your
all
head.
right. It's all right.
Yeah, I guess. If your phone can handle it,
It's all natural.
Thank you.
it's all natural.
You ever see the Mr. New Haven interviews? I did like
watched
I did like
Herbs,
4 of
and I
them.
watched
yeah,
your
I think
one with your friend you were like taking to the store or whatever.
Yeah,
It was like one of your first ones.
We went to the dispensary when they opened in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. What was that experience?
It was alright. And then you see the one with the dog? We gotta get Grifter back on.
With the dog.
He's the bloodhound, and he tracks lost dogs and lost scents. And I tried to give him a plug and everything, man.
I didn't see
good.
that.
He's really good, man. He actually follows like the lost dog recovery, and they, when there's work money involved, man, my man's in it. He's a contractor.
Should we
His bloodhound
add
can find
some
whoever.
lighting?
Ooh.
Since it's October and it's almost Halloween.
Find out what Kev is going for right after this short break. This episode of the Mr. New Haven Show is brought to you by...
Hey everyone, it's Andrew with On Scene Media. We're over here in the 380 block of Putnam Avenue in Hamden. Police and the fire department have this intersection completely blocked off while they investigate this crash. One car is on its side, another has pretty heavy front end damage that has led to a massive fire department response.
Well, what's going on, guys? This is Tay with On Scene Media.
Both plates on the vehicle with keys inside. The operator of the stolen vehicle is able to be identified. He will be charged.
So guys, we are live over here.
Okay, before I hit that play button, I want to take a moment to remind you all, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe to the Mr. New Haven channel, leave me a comment, I will get back to you all. Enjoy the rest of this episode.
This is definitely gonna air long after the masked weirdo.
Okay, good.
Kev, you like being on camera?
I wouldn't say that I like it. It just doesn't bother me anymore. I've been on camera, you know. At one point, like every day, I was on a live or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So honestly, it's actually helped me with my, nervousness.
I was gonna say you were shy at first.
I definitely wasn't shy because I've done public speaking engagements and different things.
All right.
But like now, I could care. I mean, I've been half asleep, probably nodding out, so tired on this live at times. Dressed crazy, not shaved, needing a haircut. I mean, there was a time where I was putting in like 20 hours a day, literally, like nonstop, around the clock. We didn't miss a single call as far as anything major. And after a few years of that, it just got really hard to maintain.
So what about the people that don't know us, On Scene Media? Like how would you, like, say?
Well, if you wanted,
how would you describe it to someone in another state, in California? Explain to them what On Scene Media in New Haven County is.
Yeah, so I would say that it's a huge asset to the community. Unlike the news or the snooze, you know, they cover what's convenient, what's trending, and not necessarily what people always want to know about and see. So we try to provide a raw, to the point, in real time coverage of major events, accidents, fire, shootings, and then we try to get there as fast as we can to show the people, more so that live in the area, what's going on around them. Right? I think in New Haven, for the longest time, people thought every time they saw an ambulance or a police car or a fire truck coming by, I think they always kind of thought somebody was getting shot. So it just helps you know what's going on. We've helped, we've helped find a lot of missing animals, dogs in particular, but birds, cats, other animals. Just can't think of them.
So I do have a question.
And we help share GoFundMes when there's like a big fire to help raise, we have a big reach, so we can hit a lot of people fast. People are trying to raise money for good reason,
So you are the community.
Yeah, we're kind of all one, I would say, because there's times when we're not out here, or we're tired or slacking, whatever it is, and the community steps right in and helps us out. Hey, Kev, or Andrew, hey, there's an ambulance and a cop car over here. What's going on over there? Sometimes it just prompts us to put the radio on, or whatever.
I have another hard question for you.
Without the community and our followers, this page doesn't exist. Go ahead.
All right. Would you say, this is the real, would you say
this is the real?
There is a disconnect between the actual
there.
crime that is being committed versus the statistics that are being reported to the public? Am I saying that clear for you?
So do I think that they're fidging the numbers?
would you say, yeah, I guess you would,
I don't
a disconnect in the way information is reported?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it doesn't
I
seem
need a light for this.
it doesn't seem to me like it's done intentionally. I think it's just become a habit to give up fake news. Because for a while it was trending and
What do I
everybody was
put this
into
on?
it. To do what? You're trying to
To take a video.
Nothing. You just hit
I slid this thing. It's on something else. I hit that on accident.
You want to put it on auto. You want it to be on green auto.
Okay.
But with video, it really shouldn't matter. Come on, dude. How to drive.
I don't need that. Do you need that?
Fucker. No, I don't need that. We're about to get out. Okay. Shoot this soon, I think. Mustard. Oh, yeah, we got a little time. Give this tow company a little shout.
Kevin Scene. Do you think, Kev? I'm gonna chill in the car.
Huh?
Do you think? I'm
You gonna stay back?
gonna hit cut and save some tape.